Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you today? I hope you're fine, I really do, really do, really do. I hope you're fine, I really do. Hope you're fine today. สวัสดีค่ะสบายดีไหม Hello, how are you? It has been so long since the last story time that I have had with you. I am missing you so much. But I will tell you, I'm really excited to be back because the story I have to read to you today is so funny. Oh, but before we talk more about the story, I must tell you the other reason I'm super excited, besides getting to see your faces and see you saying hello to you again, is that I love to read books and I love to read books with you. Excuse me. Because as you know, the more we read together, the more we read together, the happier we'll be. Read big books, read small books, read short books, read tall books. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. You want to try it with me? Okay, let's get a little bit of wiggles out. Here we go. The more we read together, the more we read together, the happier we'll be. Read big books, read small books, read short books, read tall books. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. I am already so happy just being here knowing I'm about to read a story with you today. I hope you're excited too. As I told you, the story that I have been waiting to read to you is so funny. And I thought, you know what? The reason I chose it is because I was thinking we all could use a good laugh. And so I found this author who most of her books are really funny. I really like her imagination that she uses in her stories. But I didn't find it all by myself. My family actually requested this story. Somebody in my family requested that I read this story on Storytime quite a while back. And so it has taken me a while to get to it. So sorry about that. But before I tell you what the story is, I would like to tell you that I have a song. And the song is a little bit of a clue. So I'd like to give you a clue as to what the story is about, like what kind of characters are in the story and what the story kind of is about. So the song that I would like to sing to you or with you today is called Old MacDonald's Farm. Have you guys ever heard that song? It's kind of an older song, so it might be new to you, but it's been around for a long time. Oh, some of you raised your hand and said, oh, you've heard it. Okay. Well, today we are going to sing a song called Old MacDonald's Farm, as I just told you. Do you guys know what a farm is? Oh, some of you have heard of a farm. You know what? Some of you know that on a farm there are animals sometimes. Lots of different animals, you're right. And also plants grow on a farm. Yeah. You are so correct. I need to research more about farms because there are different kinds of farms for sure. But I do know that on a lot of farms there are animals. And so this song about Old MacDonald's Farm, it has animals in it, and it has the sounds these animals make. Because you know, different animals make different sounds. If you didn't know that, you're about to learn it right now. So, here's Old MacDonald. And when you are being Old MacDonald on Old MacDonald's farm, you see he's got his suspenders on. Those are his little pants that have like a strap right here. What you're going to do is when you're Old MacDonald, you're going to walk like this, okay? And when you're an animal, you're going to make the sound that animal makes. So warn people around you you're about to be making some animal sound so they're not worried about you. Okay, you did it? You told them? Okay. All right, go ahead and stand up. Ready? Here we go. Here's Old MacDonald. Got it? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O. With an oink oink here and an oink oink there. Here an oink, there an oink, everywhere an oink oink. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a duck. Very good. E-I-E-I-O. This is going to be the duck's little mouth, its beak. Ready? With a quack, quack here and a quack, quack there. Here a quack, there a quack, everywhere a quack, quack. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O. With a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there. Here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo-moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. So those are the only animals that we're going to sing today, because otherwise I would sing all day. Oh, you want to do it one more time? Okay, we'll do it one more time. Okay, here we go. All right. I'm going to hold up the card, but then there's Old MacDonald. But remember, when you're Old MacDonald, you're like, Okay, here we go. Are you ready? I already got their fingers ready, arms ready. Okay, here we go. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O. With an oink oink here and an oink oink there. Here an oink, there an oink, everywhere an oink oink. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a duck, E-I-E-I-O. With a quack quack here and a quack quack there. Here a quack, there a quack, everywhere quack quack. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O. With a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there. Here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo-moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. That's the end of Old MacDonald. Now, as I told you, some of you might know some other animals from the farm. Yeah, some of you are saying, hey, there's other animals. You're right, there are other animals. Good for you. But otherwise, like I said, I would sing all day with you. You know, because I missed you, and I like to sing and dance. So that song was a clue as to what the book is about that I'm about to read to you. It's about a farm and a farmer. Yes. Now, I will tell you, this book, though, the author, she writes so many funny books, and she uses her imagination so awesome. Like in this song about Old MacDonald, all the animals made their noises, right? Like cow mooed, pig went oink, duck went quack. But in her book about the farm, something different is going on with the animals. You want to find out what? Okay. Oh, before I go on to read the book, remember I said One of my family members, some of my family members had requested this story. That means they asked me to please read this story on my story time. It is my it's Liz and Caroline and Claire, and I love them so much, and so I hope that they enjoy this story and think it's just as funny. Well, they do think it's funny. That's why they asked me to do it. They just think it's the most hilarious story. So I hope that you guys enjoy this story time as much as I'm enjoying doing it. Here we go. The book is called Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type. Huh. What? Cows that type? I mean, I knew that cows gave milk and stuff like that, but I didn't know. What? Cows can't type. Well, that's what I'm telling you. She uses her imagination. I can't wait to see what happens in her story. The book is, as I said, Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type, and it's by Doreen Cronin. Pictures are by Betsy Lewin. Now let's see. I told you there was something weird going on with the animals at this farm, and so far what we know is the cows apparently can type. Let's see what happens. Oh, and you know that song, the sound, how it says click, clack? Well, in old-timey typewriters, when you would type and push the keys, not like a computer now where it's much quieter, but when in old-timey typewriters, when you would type and push the keys, it was really loud, and it would make a sound kind of like click, clack, click, clack. So that's where that sound is coming from. I'll show you a picture of an old-timey typewriter. They have one right here in the book. Click, clack, moo, cows that type. Here's a picture of an old-timey typewriter. Yeah. Okay, let's see what's going on here with these cows that are typing. I'm ready to have a good laugh. This sounds hilarious. Click, clack, moo, cows that type. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. There's a picture of the barn where the cows live, I guess. And that's all we hear. Let's see what's going on. Oh, look. You see Farmer Brown's face? Ooh, sorry, Farmer Brown. He is just not sure about this. Me neither. Never heard of cows that can type. At first, he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. So Farmer Brown is going to walk up to the barn to see what's going on. There he goes. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. Earlier, he couldn't believe what he heard with his ears. Now he is seeing something with his eyes, and he just can't believe it. Let's see. Look at the picture. I wonder what he sees. Oh, some of you had heard this story, so you know. Some of you are giving a good guess. Oh, a prediction. Yes. Ooh, okay, that's an interesting prediction. Okay, everybody's made their prediction of what they think he sees. Got it. Okay, here we go. It's a letter. It says, Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. What? Look at. They typed a letter to Farmer Brown. They knew how to type a letter, too. That's the right way to type a letter. Oh. It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets? No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. on strike? I wonder what that means. Usually that means they're going to stop doing something that they normally would do. Let's see what it is. Another note on the door. Says, sorry, we're closed. No milk today. Remember I was saying how cows make milk. Well, the cow said, no milk for you, Farmer Brown. You see his shadow? He's not looking very happy, does he? He's jumping up and down. Uh-oh, this is a problem. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. Uh-oh. Let's see. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. Let me show you the picture this way so you can see all the cows at work. Look at him typing with his little hoof. Okay, that's hilarious. The next day, he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. Okay, now they're not only asking for electric blankets for themselves, they're asking for some electric blankets for the hens, which are those chickens right there. Look, you see them? And they're watching him read it in the background. Oh my gosh. Oh. What do you think Farmer Brown is going to do? Is he going to be like, okay, or happy, or what do you think? I don't know what he's going to do. I think he's going to flip out. Let's see. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown in the background. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard them. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. Uh-oh. That usually means what? Yeah, they're typing another note. But look, the note about the no eggs and the no milk right there in that little hen's mouth. Oh my gosh. What's he going to do? He's a farmer. And like I told you, on a farm, so there's cows, there's hens, and the chickens lay the eggs. And a lot of times farmers will sell them. The milk, same. Sometimes, and they use it for their food too. Yeah, I don't know. Cows that type. Hens on strike. Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. Look at the cows in the hen. They're just like, we just want electric blankets. I don't know what the problem is. Did you see Farmer Brown in the background? Wait, look at him. See him? He's running like, ah! He's flipping out, like I said. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. Let's see how this goes. What do you think? Okay, we'll see. Duck was a neutral party, which means he wasn't really involved, and so he was kind of in the middle, could help out. So he brought the ultimatum to the cows. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the other animals gathered around the barn to snoop and listen, but none of them could understand moo, which is the language that cows speak. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Very interesting. I'm curious what the cows are going to decide. Look at all the animals trying to listen to the cows and what they decide. They can't understand it. Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door, and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. So I guess if they give up their typewriter, that means they're not going to type any more notes. But all they want is electric blankets. Must be pretty cold. I don't know. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. Look at all of them at night with their little blankets. The chickens and the cows. All warm and cozy. The next morning, Farmer Brown got a note. What? Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack. Click, clack, quack. Clickety, clack, quack. Look. So did the duck get the typewriter back? No. He decided to use it for himself. And that's the end. And the last picture shows him diving off of a diving board. So I guess he got it. Isn't that funny? Animals that can type. That's just funny. I don't know. Okay. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that story as much as I obviously did. I would love to know what you think. What other things you think the cows and the chickens and the duck could ask for? That would be funny. You could think of that with your family. But today, our craft is going to be making our own cow. Our own clickety-clack cow that can type. Not really, but we're going to make our own cow. So what we're going to do is I'm going to gather my materials, and I'm going to be back in just a second. Hello. Okay, so hopefully you took a quick restroom break or something while I was getting my materials together. But today, like I said, we're going to make our very own cow. Now, what you can use white paper. You can use a white paper bag if you'd like. So you can use just a plain piece of white paper. You can use a white paper bag and make like a clickety-clack moo cow that can type puppet. Or you can use a paper plate. I used a paper plate today. It's up to you guys. Now, the cows in the story had black spots. They were white with black spots. So today, I'm going to show you how I made my cow. You can do the same thing on a white paper with crayon, with marker, with paint. I used paint today. So that's how I'm going to show you. But remember, use your imagination, okay? But these are the steps I used to make my cow. Are you ready? Yes. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to turn this down so you can see it. Okay. There is my paper plate. Check. What I did was I used some black paint. You notice my paper plate is white. Now, my paper plate is also, just so you know, one of the smaller size paper plates. So when we get to the other parts, that will decide how big your other parts have to be. But you'll see that moment. Now, all I'm going to do is put some daubs here of black paint like that. I'm going to just put this here for a little bit. And what you're going to do on this side of the paper plate is you're just going to get your paintbrush in there. My paintbrush is a little bit stiff because it dried from I had to make my example. Okay, so you're going to just kind of make a little bit of like a bump. It doesn't have to be specific how you do it. I'm just making like a black spot on the white paper plate. And yours doesn't have to look like mine. It can look completely different. As you can see, I didn't have any real plan except for that it's a little bit bumpy. It's like a little bit of a curvy line. Okay, so there's one. Then on the other side, I'm going to, you could also just do your brush in the paint like this and then put your dots right here and see how that works out. And then on this side, you're going to do the same idea, but you can make it more wavy if you want. It's up to you. There we go. Mine, oh, that's a wavy black spot on my cow. Oops. I'm going to kind of turn it so I can see what I'm doing a little bit. Doing it upside down is quite tricky for me. Okay, there we go. And there you go. It's just kind of a curvy little pattern. And if you want, you can fill in those white spots. If you're doing it with paint, if you're doing it with marker, same. And if you don't have paint and you're doing it on a paper plate, you would probably do it with paint or with crayon or colored pencil, because I don't think some of your markers will color on a paper plate well, but it just depends on the kind you have. So just FYI. All right, so there's my spots on my cow's head. Now, the next things you're gonna need are some shapes. You know, whenever I'm drawing something with you, I like to use shapes because it helps you can understand it and it doesn't seem so difficult. So I'm going to move that. One of the things you do want to do with this before you put any other parts on it is let it dry. So I'm going to let this dry, but as you know, in interest of time, I already have one done that is dry. So depends on which way I want to put it, but I'm going to lay this down this way. Now what you do need is you need some white circles, okay, about this big. Now this is the size I chose for my paper plates. These are going to be the eyeballs for the cow. Then you also need this shape. Let me show it to you. It looks like a triangle, but it's not. I'll show it to you. And I'll trace over it so you can see how I did it. This is for the cow's horns. It's a straight line up, and then it's like a curved line down, and then straight across. And then again over here, straight line up, a curve, oh sorry, I messed up a little bit, that's okay. And then straight across. And I did that on like a brownish type paper. It's okay if you did it on gray. I have different, just to have a different color for the horns. Now for the eyes, I did something kind of fun for the eyeballs for the cow. You do not have to do that. But for the eyes, what I did was I did a, where'd I put my pencil? I just had it. I don't know where it is. There it is. Okay, sorry. For my eyeballs for the cow, you know how it's a circle already, right? Then what I did here was I kind of made it, I just did like a hump like that. And then I did another hump on this side like that, okay? And in the bottom, I put a tiny little circle, and then here, a tiny little circle, and then up at the top here, kind of on the outside, it's a little bit of a bigger circle, and a little bit of a bigger, I think I'm doing it right. You know, it's upside down, so I'm kind of looking at it. So I just did this, okay? So I don't know if it's easy for you to see. Okay, so that's what I did with pencil. But then after I did that, I colored it in with black. And hold on, I gotta do it so it's the right way. And it looks like this. So these are the cow's eyes. And I'll show you how they, so I colored in like that, but you'll notice I left those dots white. Then I also needed an oval shape that looks like this. It's hard to see, so I'm going to trace it with black for you. It's kind of an ovalish shape, I would say, right? Like an ovalish kind of shape. And then there's smaller ovals here. They're slanty. And they're the nostrils. This is the nose of the cow, and then you give them a smile, like that. and then you cut that out. And so since we're sitting here and I'm realizing, hey, I didn't cut out my own cow's nose or mouth, I'll do it right here in front of you. Okay, carefully. Remember, please, family, if you can help, love it, to do the cutting, or if we're practicing cutting, that's fine as well. Now, I had pink paper, as you can see. If you don't have pink paper, you can draw this oval with the two oval nostrils and the smile. You can draw that with pencil and then color it with crayon or marker. It's up to you. But I just happen to have pink paper. So there is the mouth, okay? Then the one other thing I still need is ears. And I need to make some ears, and those are gonna look, they're also white, but they're just kind of like ovals, so they're gonna look like about this shape. My last ears I made too small, so I'm gonna make these a little bit bigger, like that. And there's 2 pieces of paper here, so when I cut it, it will make 2 ears. But I'll show you. I'll cut it out so you can see that it's going to make 2. I know you're like, that doesn't look like an ear. But let me show you. Once we put it together, it'll be like a little puzzle. We'll put it all together, and then it will make some sense to you, hopefully. Okay. So you should have all of these shapes, including this. So this is all the pieces you need to make your cow. Now what we're going to do is we will put it together. Ready? All right, here we go. Let me put this piece over here and this piece here. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put my cow head here. Here's my cow head. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this eye right here, and this eye, oh wait, I'm sorry, I have it the wrong way. This eye right here and this eye right here, just so you guys can see it. Got it? Now what I'm gonna do, I think for a time, I'm going to just tape it, but you can glue yours. I have glue, but I think it will take too long. So I'm just gonna roll a piece of tape on the back here and tape it down in the interest of your time so you can get started. Thank you for your patience. Okay. All right, you guys doing all right? You see all the steps? Okay. So that, okay. All right, there's the eyes. Now, the next part I'm gonna put on is the mouth. And I'm gonna put it right there, the nose and the mouth. See that? Perfect. And again, I'm gonna use tape, just in interest of time. You are more than welcome to glue it. I think it would be better to glue it because I think it will stay on better. I'm sorry about that. But this is just so you can see how to do it. So there we go. Now, the last pieces are the ears and the horns, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to cut out your horns, and you can ask for help for this. You're going to see me cut these horns out. Okay. And all you're going to do with the horns is you're going to stick them to these little oval ears, and then you're going to stick them to the back of the head. You'll see. Let me show you. Okay. I kind of wanted to show you how to do this because when I was watching this, I was like, what? So you see my horn? I'm going to put the horn here like this. And right now, you can glue it, okay? Let me say hello again. Sorry, it's been a while. You can glue this, but I'm going to tape it just for your time. But let me make you look down here again. So I'm going to get my tape again. I'm going to just tape it on there. And then again, the other cool thing is when you put it on the back, I actually choose to use tape for that all the time because the tape gives you a little extra, you'll see, hold on. It's like a tab like a little tab to stick it on the back. So let me show you what I mean. So for example, this is going to go on the back of your plate, okay? And the cool thing about tape is it kind of acts like a little tab. It's like extra room. Because if you glue it, it won't, you're going to put the tape on the front part. Nope, I'm just kidding. You're going to put it, you're going to put it on the back. See how the tape is hanging like a little tabby? This is sticky. Watch. And you're going to just look at my cow. I'm trying to look at it in the camera. And then you're going to stick it on just like that. And if you need to put another piece of tape at the top to keep it stable, do that. Put another piece on the top just to keep it stable so it doesn't go flippy floppy. You can do that. Yeah. There. So then you've got one horn, and one ear. And then I'm going to do the other horn and the other ear over here. And we're going to put it, again, on the back with the sticky part facing the back of the head, I guess. And then you'll just, let me make sure I'm not doing a crooked, a little bit. It's all right. There we go. And finally, you have your cow. There's one little detail you can do here that kind of finishes it out, is you can trace around the eyeballs with a black marker, and you can just trace around here like so. But see, like I said, with my marker, it might not write on a paper plate very well. Not doing too bad of a job. Not too bad. But you can trace around it just to outline the eyeball. You can do that. You don't have to, but you can. You can finish here. Okay. And then open up. Hello. There is your clickety clackety moo. Oh, my horns are a little bit crooked, but still cute. Look at that. Now, that's your clickety clackety clickety clack moo cow. Another fun thing that I did is I started to use my imagination to think, what other funny things would a cow ask for, or other animals in the farm, like I told you. So I wrote a letter to Farmer Brown, like as if I'm the cow, and it says, "Dear Farmer Brown, thank you for the blankets. Now we are hot. Can we please get a ceiling fan? Sincerely, the cows. Moo." So you don't have to write a whole letter. If you want to, you can tell your family member that's helping you what you think the cows would ask for, or the duck, because remember the duck ended with the typewriter. So you could even try to make a duck if you wanted to. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. I had a great time reading it to you, and I had a lot of fun making our very own Click, Clack, Moo cow. Please share your creations with me on the Bumblebee Free Library site. I love to see them. You guys have been doing such a nice job, and I know I have been forgetting to show them, so I will do that next time. Thanks again for joining me. See you next week. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.